Namaste, everyone. Thanks for tuning into my channel. I'm Jeni Ji, and I'm going to talk about this week's cosmic vibes. What can you guys expect? How can we really utilize this energy and work with it? This week, the universe is going to be stepping it up and helping you to raise your universal frequency within. That's right. So this week, you're going to see these signs from the universe of what really needs to be gone. Like the energy of this universe right now, it's literally going to be removing things and people and situations for the next 6 weeks. So all of a sudden, when something disappears, when something ends suddenly, really pay attention. You could be like, wow, I didn't see that coming. Like, why did that relationship just end? Why did that friendship just end? Why did my job just end? Certain situations like this is going to be happening. So you're going to have that opportunity as well to resolve certain issues with people from your past. You're going to see that there's going to be people from your past that are going to start reaching out to you guys again. Maybe it's people that you're like, you know what, Jeni, I'm sorry that I did this to you. I'm sorry that, I said that, like whatever it is, right? So really pay attention to that. And, you can always forgive somebody. That's the best thing to do is forgive someone, but you don't have to interact with them again, or it can be a brand new beginning with that person as well. So there's a lot of karmic situations coming back, and really pay attention to January 14th, because on the 14th, you're going to see from December 1st to the 22nd of December, what were you guys dealing with? What situation happened to you back then? You're going to see that coming back again, meaning certain things that you guys went through, if it's with people or situations, you're going to now start seeing that things are going to get resolved. Those doors where you're like, oh, how do I change this? How do I fix this? What do I do? You're going to see things that are going to start opening up for you, like resolutions. You're going to be like, I now can see my way forward. I'm starting to make decisions now where I know what direction I want to walk upon, what I want to change. Really reflect back to that. I know exactly what was happening to me that month, and I had made a decision. I'm taking my power back and moving on in a really, really big way. Like literally moving on. That word moving is highlighted. So certain situations really can shake you up. However, it can be a blessing in disguise. It's how you look at things, right? I mean, like we all go through certain situations, and for the good and the bad and the not so good and the really good. And it's how we deal with things. I always utilize and take a look at, okay, what did my soul teach me? What did my soul show me that really needed to end? So this is where this week, the energy of the universe is going to help you raise your vibrational frequency to give you solutions to show you what changes you're going to make. So it's a real blessing. It's a real blessing. Take a look at the blessings with things and be very grateful. Like whenever you're like, universe, please, I'm praying, I'm asking, give me clarity, help me see this, help me do this and this and that. Write it down. The energy of the universe hears you, your guides hear you, your ancestors hear you, and God hears you. Praying for it every day is perfectly fine. However, you don't want to push, 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 because God hears those messages. God hears your prayers, your angels and your guides do, right? And they're like, okay, you have to trust us because things are going to open up, things are going to resolve. We're going to move you towards this. We're going to open up doors for you during this time. Trust the process. You can always book a reading with me. I'm a psychic clairvoyant medium. Soulworkwithjeni.com. I can give you a lot of clarity on the directions. And sometimes all we need is that confirmation that we're on the right path, right? that can be huge. That can be life-changing. So now the planets, they affect our bodies in different areas and in different days. So you might find on the 13th, your calf and your ankles and your shin area might be a little tender, might be a little bit more sensitive. It's really important to do some gentle stretching, especially the entire year, by the way. However, on the 13th, really pay attention to it. The 14th and the 15th, you might be, gee, like my feet and my toes, like they're tingling or they're a little bit more sensitive. And your pineal gland is getting affected as well. So pay attention to that. The 16th and the 17th, you could have some head fog, as I call it, some teeth issues. You might find that your tongue, it's like, why? Like, what's going on with that? The planets affect you different days and different alignments. Also, your animals get affected as well. So you might find that on the 18th to the 20th, your neck, your vocal cords, your thyroid area is getting a little more sensitive. It's getting affected in different ways. So try to go with the flow, you guys, as best as you can, and always be gentle. Always show yourself love and compassion and kindness. Always to other people, but don't forget about yourself, you guys. That's really, really important. So the universe is going to do that major flip, as I mentioned. It's going to raise your vibrational frequency. So from now until the next 6 weeks, really pay attention. Really pay attention to what's being shown to you, right? I mean, I'm always like open to new opportunities and blessings, and that's best for my higher self and highest good always. And whenever you're open and you're asking universe, I'm open to receive what's best for my high self and purpose, you'd be really, really surprised. New doors are going to open. And you know how I said that people from your past are going to come back? You know, like especially people that are like, wow, we're really sorry things didn't work out for you. You know what? We really want you to come back. Maybe it's to a job that let you go, or to a job that said we can't hire you now. Maybe they're like, you know what? We're in a better position now to offer you this position. Be really open. Be really open and really pay attention. Really be open. And you might be like, you know, I can understand why that didn't work out for me because it just wasn't the right path for me. Or it could be like, wow, you know what? This is exactly what I need right now. I'm now ready to embrace this new walk of life. I'm now ready to move into this direction. I'm now ready to start a new relationship. Like whatever it is, pay attention and be open. Because you're going to find on the 17th and the 18th, you're going to be taking that giant leap forward with more trust and faith. You're going to be working more on your goals and your projects. You're going to be feeling like more optimistic, where you're like, you know, I'm just utilizing and really taking my power back. I'm really feeling that. Really, really feeling that. Because you're going to start to get that clarity starting to come in on the 15th. You know, for those of you who pay attention to the moon and such, the new moon on the 11th of January, that Capricorn new moon, it also helped you give that direction. It also showed you that, you know what, we're going to be feeling more in work mode. We're going to be wanting to move forward. I'm really going to want to be doing this. So that's why these different energies really play a huge effect on you. You might not realize it, but it really does. The 20th is a master number day. Really pay attention to that day because it's also a very high vibrational day. Really pay attention to that day because we have Aquarius moving in, Aquarius season. You're going to be feeling more of your soul's purpose. You're going to be feeling more in alignment. You're going to be like, yeah, bring it on, right? Like, my goodness. I mean, even here today, as I'm doing this video, I'm in Canada. It's minus 44 with the wind chill. Like, that's crazy, right? I have my background being in Kauai because I love Kauai. Kauai is my other place, home away from home, right? So it's like going with the energy and the vibration. Write down your vision board, you guys. Like, how many of you guys did start that? I'm always talking about your vision board. You can retweak it every day. Whenever you're like, I'd really like to start that or work on that, write it down. Write it down. Don't worry about how is this going to happen. Write it down, because the universe does hear that. I mean, I wrote down certain things, even, like I do vision boards all the time. 2023, I wrote something down and I'm like, I don't know, but I'm going to write that down. And now, I made some inquiries more on that again and again. And I'm like, I very well could move in that direction. Definitely, I made some calls, got the information I needed to. Do your research on what certain things that you want to expand on. If you're like, I'm not sure about that, look into it. Do your research, do your homework, as I call it. I do my homework ahead of time, as I call it, my research. I look into different options, and I'm like, oh, that's a deal breaker. That's not going to work for me. Or, that very well could work. And don't force it. Allow it. Just like, okay, I'm not going to be moving today. I'm not going to be doing this today. However, I have all of this information that I really worked on that, what, when that comes up, I already know ahead of time what this is about, what's that about, what I can expect with this, and so on and so on. And then you're going to be like, what, I'm really feeling compelled and pulled towards moving in this direction, because your vibrational frequency is going to be higher. The universe is going to help you kick it up a few notches, as I call it. Pay attention to that. Really pay attention to it, you guys. Because with this Saturn energy, we're resolving karmic issues, we're resolving karmic situations. This is why people are going to be coming back into your life. And also, they're going to be ending certain people that you're connected with. Your karmic contract with them is ending. It's not working anymore. You can be like, this isn't working for me anymore. If it's a relationship, if it's a job, it's a business connection, it doesn't matter who it is, your neighbor, right? And you're going to be like, this just isn't working for me anymore. You're going to be then making changes. You're going to be like, sorry, I just feel that this isn't working for me anymore. If it's, no matter what it is. And you're going to be like, yeah, I need to make these changes, or maybe I need to pause, doing this for a little while so I can get myself back grounded and maybe work towards something else. I mean, I'm always working on different projects, and really pay attention to your intuition, right? Like I was going to end something. I even contacted them, and this just isn't working for them anymore. So like, we're sorry to see you go. However, I started to hear my soul speak to me more and say, maybe you can utilize that and start implementing this. It's higher vibration. Start working towards that, because that direction that you're moving towards now, Jeni, that's going to open up for you. We want you to start this. So when I started hearing that, all of a sudden, this other place contacted me and they're like, you know what, Jeni, we're going to do this for you. And I'm like, that'll work. That'll work. I'm going to give it a go. I'll trust for another year and see what happens. Right? So go with your own rhythm. Go with what feels right for you. You're going to be doing more things for you. You're going to find that you're going to want to be setting more boundaries this week, more boundaries this week. You're going to be feeling more empowered, and those people, I already had, like messages coming in this morning, and I'm like, really, you guys, that's not going to work for me. Sorry. Or no, I'm not going to even get involved with that. Or yeah, I'll get back to you later. Or, I know why you're reaching out to me, for goodness sakes. I can see right through it. I'm not going to get back to you. Or I will. And that karmic relationship or karmic tie is ended. Right? So really pay attention and let me know what's working for you guys. Let me know what karmic contracts are ending for you. If it's a relationship, people, friendship, like where you're living, whatever it is, and really seriously reflect back onto December from the 1st to the 21st. What was happening? What were you going through? Because you're going to have those resolutions now. Like new doors all of a sudden could open for you that, what, we're now ready for you. Or what, we can move you here. Or like whatever it is, really pay attention. Like I know exactly what was going on with me during that time. It wasn't a good thing. It was a very dangerous situation. That dangerous situation is now resolved. However, it pushed me forward, and there's no stopping me now. I'm gone. Bottom line, done. And sometimes we need that to have that huge confirmation, right? So going through it wasn't a good thing, right? However, I'm moving forward and shifting forward in quantum leaps. Boom, dee, boom, 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 right? So, anyways, be open, you guys. Be really open to what messages your soul shows you, because the universe is going to help you raise your vibrational frequency. You might be like feeling more to do workouts, changing your diet and your exercise routine. You might be like, you know what? I'm packing up a lot more. Like I'm 80% packed. That's, I've been 80% packed. I packed my place, 80% of it within a week. Within a week. That's how much I got pushed, without going into details. For those of you who don't know, and for those of you who do know what was happening, right? We're not going to talk about that. What's done is done. It was a blessing in disguise. It's pushed me forward, right? I saw who my real friends were. Pay attention. Pay attention. So anyways, let's pull a couple of cards from the collective, by the way. And when I do readings for clients, I don't use cards. I'm a psychic clairvoyant medium. I do past life akashic record readings, animal communication, meditation teacher, and so on and so on. Book a session with me, for goodness sakes, if you want more clarity. Still work with Jeni.com. Just saying. So now let's ask the universe, what is the collective message for you this week from the 13th to the 20th of January? And whenever you guys are using cards, always clear it 3 times on wood. I've already cleared my decks here before I started the video, of course, and such like that. So let's ask, what is the universal message from the 13th to the 20th? You're seeing this video, this message is for you. What is the collective message from the 13th to the 20th of January from the universe? Wow. Wow. Okay. So this card, I mean, I utilize this every day, no matter what is going on. And this is so true. The card that fell down is expression of gratitude and thankfulness to your day. Always be open to see the universal messages. Always be open to pay attention to what is being shown to you. Like, even as I mentioned, the experience that I went through, it's like, thank you, Spirit, for showing me that, no matter how difficult that was, because now I know 1,000,000,000% it's my time to move on for good. And that's it. There's no coming back ever. So the universe will push you out of your comfort zone as a blessing to show you that they want you to move more towards your destiny, to where you're going, right? And it's really important to listen to that. Really pay attention and be thankful for even the smallest things. Always be grateful for your experiences, because when we learn something, that's a valuable lesson from the universe. That's a gift if you pay attention to it. If you don't, you have to keep repeating it over and over again until you're like, that's it, I'm done. All have our limits and limitations. And whenever we get pushed and pulled, be grateful for that, because that's your spirit, that's your soul, that's the universe saying, we want you out of this situation. If it's a relationship, it's a job, it's where you're living, business contacts, whatever it is. And this is the week, you guys. And that's going to continue, because as we get and gravitate towards the eclipse, that eclipse is going to be intense. We'll talk about that another time, of course, as we get closer to that. So now, I'm an animal communicator. I connect with the animals who have passed on and the animals who are here present. So if you have some concerns with your animals, please book a reading with me. I'm very connected with the animal world. And I've been talking a lot about our sea animals for quite some time. So I felt compelled to pull my sea animal deck today and see what messages are from our animals. I call all animals, like whales, animals. I call a giraffe an animal, like no matter what it is, even an insect, I call that an animal, right? Like any soul walks the earth, you guys. We all have souls. All right. So what is the collective message from the 13th to the 20th? Oops, didn't feel that. It's a collective message from the 13th to the 20th. Okay, so these little guys are cute. I mean, I love all animals, right? And this is so true, right? Gentle moderation. It's all about not getting to the end of the race. It's all about starting the race, starting the journey. Every step you take, even if it's the smallest step, is a step towards your future and your destiny. What you do on a day-to-day basis will determine your future and your destiny. So this card, take your time. Pressure from others or yourself can be released by renegating and rejuvenating what you are trying to accomplish. Look at this. Oops. Look at this card here. Look at that card. They're still pushing forward no matter what. And look at the flow of the water. When things are flowing, you know you're on the right path. And keep in mind that the universe will push you. When they're like, you know, you're stuck, we're going to push you. We're going to bring these people into your life to push you way out of your comfort zone, right? You know, it's like these people come into your life and they could be like not so good people, but the universe is like, yeah, we brought these people into your life to get you out of there so you can move on towards your destiny, right? I'm just saying. So we all have different situations. We all have different karmic situations declared and resolved. And the universe is like, okay, you need to get out of there. We're going to bring this energy back to get you out, to help you move along your way, right? So yes. So pay attention, you guys. Be gentle on yourself, as I said. Show yourself some love and compassion always. Goodness, right? Let's raise our vibrational frequency and trust the universe this week. You have to. We can argue with the universe. I argue with the universe like, you guys, seriously? I do it all the time. But then I'm like, thank you. I'm very grateful for certain situations. I'm very grateful for lessons learned. I'm very grateful even for the smallest little things. It doesn't really take me much to make me happy. The smallest things, seriously, can really make me happy. You'll be really surprised. So what's the cosmic energy for and the message from the universe from the 13th to the 20th of January? Like, oh my goodness, we're already halfway through January. Like, that's crazy, right? So what is the cosmic energy and the message from the universe? And how amazing is this card? Have the courage, strength, fearlessness, and the warrior. I always called myself, even on my first website I had many moons ago, many years ago, I call myself the fearless warrior, moves forward fearlessly. Embrace your life. Take charge of your life. Do what feels right for you. When you're like, I know, but this journey is going to be hard. It's going to be tough. It's going to be challenging. Oh, I have some fears. I'm scared to walk into the unknown. And you're just creating all of this energy for no reason. Write down your fears. Write down, like whenever I'm working on somewhere, it's like even when I'm, looking at moving, I've been talking for that about forever. I do my research on different locations and places and all of that kind of stuff. And I write down, okay, this is the good things here. These are the not so good things. There's always going to be the good things and the not so good things. Doesn't matter where you are on this planet, right? There's always the positives and the negatives. You have to move where it feels right for you. If it's in a relationship, if you're starting out something new, because no changes will ever be made unless you start making those changes yourself, right? That's the only way things will happen. And creating things. I'm hearing writing for someone out there, really feeling writing. right? Like you're also going to be feeling more spontaneous and a little bit more flexible this week too, right? Because when that universe is raising your vibrational frequency, be open to it. Spirit, I'm open to receive. I'm open to receive new opportunities that are best for my highest purpose and my higher self. I am ready. Thank you, Spirit, for these wonderful new opportunities that are presenting itself to me. You have to stay in that positive mindset. We all go through the good times and the not so good times. We all do. That's a part of life. However, when we go through those not so good times, it's really important to say, what did I truly learn from that? When you go into that modality and stay in that positive energy, your vibration starts to increase and so on. And sometimes we need to take that pause and time out for ourselves as we're processing, as we're healing things, coming to terms with things, and our mind can feel really scattered and, oh my gosh, oh my goodness sakes, like, oh, I'm so overwhelmed. And that's when you need to take time out for you, take time out for yourself to really get yourself back grounded. Turn your phones off, turn some music on, maybe go for a walk in nature, right? Work out, because whenever you're working out, you're releasing that stress and pent up energy that you're still holding on to. So it does help and make a difference. And distance yourself away from negative energies and such like that. Like really pay attention to what you're watching. Like, I had somebody says, geez, Jenny had this really bad nightmare. And I'm like, okay, were you watching TV? Because I know they watch TV in bed before they go to sleep. I'm like, okay, what kind of movie or what kind of show were you watching? Oh, it was a crime story. And it was so horrific what happened. And I'm like, okay. So as you're falling to sleep, you're bringing that energy into your dream world. So this is why whenever you're going to sleep and unwinding and relaxing, be very mindful of what you're doing, right? Maybe turn on and watch a comedy. If those of you feel like I have to watch something, right? Watch something very uplifting to your soul. Maybe listen to some soft meditation music or, like nature music, things like that, that will relax you because you want your body to stay at ease. It's so easy to build up tense in our bodies and carry that forth. It's going to be hard to sleep and so on. So now make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Let me know what's going on. Let me know if you're having people from your past coming back. What happens? Like, did you guys end that situation with them or relationship, or did you start something new? How many of you guys heard back from previous jobs or whatever, or businesses or whatever it is, and they're like, hey, we're ready to take you on now? Or maybe where you're moving to, yep, Jenny, we're ready to move you in now, let's say, this is now opening for you, whatever it is. Let me know what's going on. I love chatting with you guys. You can follow me on Instagram, Jeni Cousins. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. Soul Work with Jen on Twitter. I rant and rave on Twitter, as I call it, right? Join me. Let's be one collective together. And Happy New Year, you guys. Can't believe we're already in the new year. Like, oh my goodness. Bye for now.